Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Suburbia gameplay. In the first video on Suburbia, I explained the rules to the game. In this one, we're actually going to play a game. So here I am in, once again, I'm using as my instructional aid the iOS implementation of Suburbia, which has some issues and I don't entirely recommend it. But I'm in here with a couple of AIs. I am red, the AIs are black and yellow. And I'm going to see if I can beat the computer, which I hope I can because I've beaten it most of the other times I've played it. I have embarrassingly lost once, but usually the AI is pretty bad and relatively easy to beat. Quick note though, this is not going to be an example of expert gameplay because I'm not a master of Suburbia. And of course the AIs are pretty bad as well. I'm playing against the AIs just in the name of speed. If it was against human players, this would be like an hour and a half long video, which would be kind of crazy. But I really don't care about the iOS implementation. This is to give you an impression of the game so that hopefully if you like it, you can buy the real physical copy and play with some friends or enemies or yourself if you're a real sad sack and so on. So here we go. It's the first round, and these are the options that have come up to draft. It's kind of a tricky situation here because usually you want to get income, but the income options are a little bit limited in this opening setup. The fancy restaurant does cost $9 and give an income of $3, but you lose an income for every restaurant that's built after it, and there are 2 restaurants right after it in the row. This isn't a great building early on, though, because you only get 1 income for $7, and it just gives you points, and points aren't that good early on, but I don't know if this AI is going to realize that, so it might just take me down with it, you know, and build this really crappy building. The business store gives you +1 for office site and +1 naturally. It's going to take a long time, 8 turns, to get your income back without any of these office tiles, and you don't know that anything is necessarily in the game. Like, it's actually quite possible that there will never appear an office tile in any of the stacks. It's unlikely, but it's possible, and even if there are some, it's still not going to be that much income. So I certainly don't want to pay $10 for this thing. So I could take my chances with the fancy restaurant, but what I think I'll do instead is I'll use this fancy restaurant as a lake. So I'm just going to get $4, which isn't very much. But I'm trying to basically save up for the mint, sorry for the lag, which costs $15, gives you a 3 income per turn, so it takes $5 to get it back, and then $2 for every gray building that you have. A quick reminder of the rules. These central things, they are calculated at the moment that you build the thing. They're also calculated every point afterwards. So when you first build the mint, you'll get $4 because it counts itself as a gray and the community park. And then every gray building that you build after that also gives you $2. Now this is actually kind of interesting because now we've got 2 really good income buildings that both came up after I went. The Homeowners Association gives you $2 for every green building in the game. So whenever you build one, whenever your opponents build one, you get $2. And then the Waterfront Realty makes lakes give an extra $2 for each building that they touch. So that's actually an interesting option for income as well. And I could build it because it's possible now with my $19. Because someone took a building after this, the mint didn't slide down to here where I could have bought it. So now I'm in kind of crappy shape. I either really overpay for the Waterfront Realty or I just build another lake. Well, let's take a moment to look at what our goals are, which I probably should have done at first. So there's the most yellows, most blues, and most reputation. And then my own private secret goal is most green buildings, which actually would be nice to have for the Homeowners Association. So I could just pay $14 for the association. It would take me how long to get it back? Well, I'd get $8 back right away. So after 3 more green buildings are built, I'd sort of break even. It's a possibility. I could get that and the Waterfront Realty later on. And I can't get the mint. Alright, well, I don't like any of my other options, so let's go ahead and grab this association. We'll put it next to the lake. Get a little bit of money back. Build up my community park. Alright, Freeway. Very cheap. +1 for each adjacent blue building. So you could try to build a bunch of blues, stick the freeways next to them. It's definitely an option. I could get this Waterfront Realty for some extra money. At this point, I can't afford the mint, but I can afford the Waterfront Realty. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's angle for those freeways. I'm going to put the Waterfront Realty here where it is itself touching a lake. It's touching the heavy factory, which doesn't get a bonus for touching blues, but at least it doesn't have a penalty. So you kind of want to put things next to the factory that don't incur this penalty of the -1. Excuse me. All right, so someone did build both fast food restaurants. So if I had built that fancy restaurant early on, it wouldn't have gone that well for me. Ah, the slaughterhouse got built. So this person took -2 points, but they're getting a +1 for all the restaurants in the game, and there are quite a few. There's already 2 restaurants in the game, and we're still in just the A stack. Okay, well, the freeways are there. The freeways contribute to going for the most yellows, and if I end up going for the most blues, it helps for that as well. I could build the mint though. I mean, it's actually buildable now. That would probably go where? Like here, maybe? So, you know what's weird? There's most yellows, most blues, and most greens. It's kind of crappy because you really it's literally impossible, I'm sure, to get all of those. I mean, not literally, but it's like really hard to get all of those to beat your opponents in all the categories. Like, what have they been building if nobody got more than you in any of the 3 main building types? So, if I were to sacrifice anything, it'd probably be the most blues, just because it is worth the fewest points. So yeah, I could just stick a freeway. It would give me +1 income at the moment. What blue buildings would I look to build after that? There's nothing good in the pipeline at the moment. I could just play it safe and get the mint. Stick it on the other side of the lake. Alright, let's just do this. This is the safest move. Alright, so I've got some money for the lake. I got a solid source of income. And so that person is going for the freeway. There's still another freeway I could take if I wanted. Really don't want the fancy restaurant at this point, I don't think. And it's gone anyhow, although there's another one coming down the pike. How many airports are out here? This is the one time I lost to the computer. It was like every single airport came out and the computer got all of them. And it was like, well, there's nothing I can do because they just got all the airports. Freeway. So I could build it like out here and try to build some blue buildings around it. But there's really still nothing good coming down the pike. I could grab the second home. Oh, I can't. That's actually $14. I only have $11. I could invest in the lake and just get a chunk of cash. Or I could invest in the realty and make future lakes better. Am I gonna build another lake at some point? I mean, I hope not. Yeah, this is kind of a crappy board, so I'm just gonna go ahead and invest in my lake right now. Give me a big wad of cash there. The reason it's so much is because of the waterfront realty. And what I want to get rid of? Well, I think I want to get rid of. See, if I get rid of the freeway, I'm getting rid of a building that might help my opponents. If I get rid of the convenience store, this thing is just bad. Only 1 income, and it costs 6, so it takes 6 turns to recoup the investment. It seems really terrible. So I could get rid of this, which other people could use. But if I get rid of it, and they weren't going to take it anyway, then I might regret having gotten rid of it, because I might have wanted to build it. I could also... Yeah, I think one of the opponents would have gotten it, though. Well, would they? Why don't I take a look at the other component screens? I mean, there's no real great place to put a freeway there or there. You know what? Let's take a risk. Let's get rid of this crappy building and see if the freeway sticks around. Ah, okay. Well, I got made into a lake, so I guess it doesn't actually... The fact that Dakota, the player after me, made a lake means that my decision was completely irrelevant. Alright, and that person goes for the fancy restaurant. Okay, so now I think the most logical thing is just to get this other homeowner association. Let's put it there. Get it next to my doubled up lake. So now every green building in the game, including the ones that were already built before I built that homeowner association, provides me $4. So that's a nice way to make up for having perhaps a lower income. So I could take the casino. It would cause me to go negative on points, but that's not so big of a deal. It would actually prevent my income from falling. Wait, do I even have enough money? Oh, I do now. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually go for it. It's still pretty early in the game. It helps contribute towards the most blue goal. And I do lose points per turn, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, like, I'm probably going to get these points back, either just by buying greens and getting, like, points, or by buying stuff like the stadium and getting my reputation up. So it's not the end of the world. And not losing income when I pass the red bars would definitely help me keep my cushion up. So yeah, I'm going to do this. Let's try it out. It's very expensive, but we'll see how it goes. So where do I put this? I think I want to put this here because it's next to the community park. And it's next to the yellow, which is what I want. So losing a fair bit of money for that. But at the same time, now, whenever I pass... The way this works is whenever you pass a red bar, you normally lose 1 income and 1 reputation. But that thing makes it so that you essentially get back the income that you just lost. And it came up relatively early in this B stack, so, you know, it's one of those things that, like, could definitely pay itself off, even though it cost me a lot. Okay, so here we got a couple different options. I could go for the stadium. I could like stick it here. It gives me a smidge of income and +4 reputation. This spot isn't the best place to put the stadium because it's capping out its potential, but it's probably where I'd want to put it. Maybe at this homeowner association, I should have put it here maybe, and then I could have put the stadium there. That would have given me an extra 2 potential. I could still put the stadium here, and then have more places to like put greens around it. Or I could get the shipping center, which helps contribute towards getting the most blues. Am I still in the running for that? I mean, we're all kind of in the running for most blues. I'm 2 behind the leader on yellow, so that's realistically probably not going to happen. Greens, though, I'm actually winning on greens, so I could actually get my 15 points for the most greens. I could get this, which is only 10 points. That I'm not likely to get, unfortunately. I don't know. I guess all of our reputations suck. I guess I could start to go for like a high reputation now. The problem is it's sort of self-defeating to go for high reputation during the game. The reason for that is that if you get a high reputation, then you get more points per turn. If you get more points per turn, you cross more red lines, and if you cross red lines, then your reputation drops. So it's hard to win on the reputation. How much do I actually get for this thing? Let's take a quick look. If I were to build this, I get $4. Okay, that's not that great, but it is still netting me money. It's kind of impressive I'm making $4 when you consider that, it costs 16. So that gives me an income, which will never go back down. Tragically, highest income is not one of the goals at the moment. And I'm giving up my chance to ever get that stadium, unfortunately. But if I were to build the stadium, like, I would go down to $17. I could still build a decent building after that. It's definitely an option to just build a stadium and then like maybe build some suburbs around it and just go for a bunch of points. I just feel like it's a little bit too early to go for that. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's put this shipping center here. Try to kind of make a place where if I get a building later on that cares about touching blues, like this movie theater, for instance, that's actually touching greens. Never mind. But if I get a thing that cares about touching blues, I kind of want to have, already a place set up where there are blues. What is up with this interface? Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry if this has been hard to read, by the way. I don't know why these things are so big. Okay, there we go. That's much better. All right, well, let's take a quick stock of the situation. I'm behind on points compared to black. Behind on money a little bit compared to yellow, but yellow's doing really crappy on points. Yellow's points are 2. And I do have more income than black, and black's losing an income every time she crosses a red line, plus she has no cash on hand. So this is actually going pretty well. I could get another shipping center, although I think that's probably not good. I mean, if I wanted money, maybe I could just invest in the waterfront realty. That's $10. Okay. So the stadium is still there. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to go here, which would give me 2 points right away. I'm going to actually go for the potential because there are, I think, enough turns in the game. Do I put it here or here? Here I could build, 4 more around it? Here I could build 4 more around it. Okay, well, that's actually pretty easy. So, yeah, let's go there. So I do lose a little bit of money for this, but I made some money back from the mint, and I'm trying to get my reputation up. My opponents aren't doing a very good job this game, getting their reputations up high. So if I do fight for things that give reputation bonuses, that could actually work. Really sucks that I had this casino built that lowered my reputation by 3. If it weren't for that, I'd have a 4 reputation at the moment. Well, that's not true. I might have passed some more red lines. It's hard to say. Alright, so there's warehouse 2 income. At this point, income, though, not the greatest, unfortunately. I already am doing okay on income because I have the waterfront realty and the homeowner association and the mint and the shipping center. So basically, if I ever build a blue building, a green building, a gray building, or a lake, I get extra money. And I have the casino, so I really don't think I need money. I really should try to be getting points as much as I can. At the moment, there's really nothing great. Really, blues. So fighting for blues for those 10 points here at the end. I could get a blue, but all these are sort of crappy. They're all just kind of giving income. Yeah, so it's not really that good. Office of Bureaucracy gives me an extra income for all my gray buildings, but again, that's just losing me points. The elementary school is really the best thing here. It's $13, though. I don't want to pay $13. So what I'm going to do instead of that is I'm actually going to go ahead and drop a suburb, which is one of the starter buildings, which gives me money thanks to the homeowner association. It gives me extra points just because it comes with 2 points, and then I put it next to a stadium, so it's extra 2 points per turn. Let's go ahead and kill the power station because other people have more yellow buildings than I do. And so by building a suburbs, I'm setting up for the elementary school to be worth more points later on. And there's other schools too. There's middle schools, high schools that give points for what's your face for the green buildings that you've made. So I could actually potentially start getting like a big engine with that. University is really actually not the school I wanted to see. This gives you +1 reputation for every school. Right now, the number of schools in the game is 0. And it gives you some income, which again, I don't care about. I think I just have to, let's see. Movie theater gives me income. Bureaucracy gives, yeah, I gotta just get this elementary school. Unless I hope that the elementary school will still be there. No, that can't be right. So let's get the elementary school. Where do you put it? I think I'll just stick it here next to all my grays. So my money doesn't change because of my high income thanks to the casino. And I got 4 points because I have 4 green buildings and +1 point per turn. So definitely it's still, like, my reputation's 3 and it's going to drop every time I pass a red bar. But I mean, my opponents aren't really putting up a fight this game on the reputation front. So I feel like I've got a decent chance. Pure Farm is a really strong building. So this drops your income by 2, but it gives you +1 reputation whenever you pass a red bar. Now nobody's in really great shape to take advantage of this at the moment. But like, even if my reputation doesn't go up crazy high, it's still going to be worth a fair number of points throughout the game because I will be passing those red bars. Do I pay $28 for it now and go broke? I think that's probably unwise. Let's see. If I build an elementary school, it should be free because I actually make $2 if I build an elementary school. So I'm just going to build this school, set up for the university if the opponents never build it. And then if the opponents do build it, I can maybe like go for, let's say, just building suburbs next to my stadium. Okay, so they built the university. That's too bad. The resort. Interesting. So the resort gives a point for every green building that you have, and it counts as a yellow building, which is significant because if you look, I'm actually a blue building. I'm a blue building behind. So I'd at least stop black from getting 10 points by building a blue building. And the money is irrelevant. I can get the PR firm, which gives me a reputation. Every time I pass a red bar, I think it's actually worth it because that puts me in the running for maybe getting a... I should put this here so I'm next to the community park. I haven't used up all the community park bonuses yet. Yeah, I'm going to put this there. So I'm losing a lot of money, which is a risky move, for sure. But the advantage of that is that when my opponents pass bars, they're going to drop, their reputations are going to drop and mine's not. There's still at least a few turns left in the game. And so I feel like it's worth doing that. Yeah. Oh, high school is so good. +3 points for each of your green buildings. Unfortunately, I can't build it at the moment. So that's something I hope to get. Yeah, I still can't make it. All right, I only have $15. I can't even get a resort, which is a little bit depressing. I could build a hostel, stick it next to a stadium. So that would give me essentially 4 points, +2 for its worth, and then +2 for the stadium. And that would help me fight for having the most reputation, which is one of the goals in this game. Plus, it would give me points for my elementary schools. I feel like that's the move I gotta make. I can't get a second PR firm. Yeah, let's just do this. So this actually makes me money thanks to my homeowner association and my income, which is kept in place by my casino. So I managed to get both the casino and the PR firm in this game, which is I don't think I've ever bought any of those buildings before. All right, black got the PR firm as well, so black's reputation is not going to be dropping now either. But black does have a lower reputation than me at the moment. And yellow got the recycling. Wait! Yellow's reputation is 11? What just happened? How is that even a thing? Oh my god. Well, let's take a look at this for education's sake. Shelly, what the fuck are you doing? +2 reputation for each adjacent yellow. +1 reputation for every airport. Well, how many airports are in the game? There's only 2 airports in the game. And what else is there? Oh, I guess, see. I don't know. The community park, I guess, got fully surrounded. 3 community parks got surrounded. Okay, I guess that's it. She just made a bunch of community parks and ran with it. Okay. Well, let's think here. So, the high school, I can actually buy it. It's affordable. If I bought it, what are we looking at here? +21 points. I mean, that seems legit. The apartments, +2 for each adjacent blue building. I never really did get that set up, did I? So that would be a total of 9 points. It's cheaper than the middle school. And it gives me $4. Well, the middle school or the high school gives me $2 for the mint, but the apartments give me $4 for my double homeowner association. I could invest in money this turn, but I think I'm better off just like buying something crappy now than trying to save money to buy one good thing later, because two kind of crappy things I have a feeling are going to be better at this point. Let's see, I am going to win most greens. You look here, I really kind of want to get a blue building though, because if you get a blue building, it does stop Shelly from getting these 10 points, which seems worth it. But the resort's not giving me any extra reputation. Can I even win on reputation versus yellow anymore at this point? I mean, is that even possible? It might not actually be possible for me to win on that anymore. So resort, what would that give me? Give me 12 points and cost me $10. This gives me 16 points and cost me 5. Yeah, well, that's better. And I don't care, whatever. The developer thing, screw it. If I don't win it, I don't win it. It's not the end of the world. Let's just get these apartments. Gives me a ton of points because I got these schools. It's touching all these blues. It gives me money. I think it's just worth doing. And I could afford the high school if nobody... Well, yeah, there's 2 high schools that are all in a row, so unless they both got hate drafted, I'm going to get one of them anyhow. Wow, so many high schools. So many high schools. All right. Now, the only question is, you kind of have to be careful at the end of the game. You need to make sure you don't miss opportunities to invest in a good building, because I still have 2 investment tiles. I mean, I could, like, invest in, say, the stadium. 11 points, negative $12. The high school is, like, 24 points, $13. That's worth it. That's definitely worth it over the stadium, for sure. Is there anything else that might be worth investing in? Hotel's an interesting one. It gives you a point for every other player's green building, so it's not really good for me. International airports. So that's beyond my reach. How many airports are in the game? Just 2. Yeah, I guess it's not that great. Okay, well, I think I'm just going to get the high school then. Unfortunately, I'm not fighting for reputation as well as I would have hoped, because yellow went crazy getting community parks. Yellow parked the shit out of his or her community. But even though I'm not going to get the highest reputation, I am going to get the... Oh shit, I'm not going to get anything, am I? Whoops! I'm not going to get most yellows or most blues or highest reputation. Wow, for a moment I thought it might be possible to get, like, all of them, and now I'm going to get none of them. But okay, I am at least going to get... I'm at least going to get 15 points for that. So what's happening with these scores? Okay, so yellow's going to get most yellows, black's going to get most blues, and yellow's going to get most reputation, which is good, because yellow is really behind on points. Actually, black's also behind on points. Really, the AI is just bad. Unless they get a really, really crazy tile draw, they typically just end up sucking. Tragically, I cannot get that middle school. Oh my god, it's the last round, and I cannot afford the middle school, which would have given me so many points. I think my best move might be this elementary school, 13 points. I just can't see how I'm going to beat that for $8. Yeah, so let's just go, I'll invest in an elementary school, which gives me 13 points. I don't know, maybe the casino and the PR firm was a mistake, but on the other hand, I did end up having a really low reputation, and my money is super low, so if I had, like, lost money, let's get rid of this hotel. If I had, been making any less money, I would have been in bad shape. Then again, I spent so much money on those 2 buildings, they're both so expensive. One costs reputation, one costs income. I might have been better off without them, it's hard to say. Alrighty, so I think here, we're done, yes? That was yellow's last play. And obviously, if you're playing the game against humans, you're going to watch what they're doing way more closely than I did here, which is to say not at all. You're going to watch what other people have and think about what they want. Okay, a bunch of stuff's going to happen really quick. I'm just going to let it happen, and then I'm going to kind of go over it. Oh my god, did Shelly actually beat me? It all is going to come down to this goal. Oh, that was so close. Holy buttsack Christ. Well, that's a little... I had no idea. I guess this is it. Like, I'm not that good at this game. I really had no idea Shelly was in any kind of shape to even come close to winning. What happened here? Okay, so you get money... Or, sorry, at the end of the game, money turns into points. You get 1 point per $5. So, Shelly, who had a ton of money left over, ended up getting 8 points for that. I only got 1. So that was one case where Shelly caught up on me. Then we had the 15 points for the most yellow buildings. Shelly got that one. 10 points for the most blues. Dakota got that one. and then 10 points for artist reputation. I still don't quite understand it, but Shelly somehow got that one. So I can apparently learn something from this crappy AI who lost to me despite me having no idea what I was doing. You can imagine the AI probably would have beaten me if it had been a human who did most of the same stuff, but like, you know, avoided some obvious blunders. So that was kind of interesting how Shelly used those community centers at the end to ratchet up a reputation really high. And I think it was Shelly who got the PR firm at the end as well. Am I correct in thinking this? Shelly got the casino. No, not the PR firm. How did Shelly have such a high reputation? I guess it was just these community parks. Shelly got 5 friggin' community parks. And I guess that'll do it for your reputation. Then my private goal was most builder, which I got. Black's private goal was fewest gray buildings, which gray got, or black got. And then yellow's private goal was having the most money, which yellow in fact had. But because my private goal was 15 points and yellow's private goal was only 10, I ended up winning by 4 points. But if this had been a 15-point goal, I actually would have lost the game. So I'm a little bit embarrassed posting this video because I did so crappy against the AI, but I guess maybe I should give the AI some credit. Before I made this video, I actually just trounced the AI in every single game, but here perhaps my experimentation with the casino and the PR firm put me in too big of a hole to really win convincingly. But anyhow, that's Suburbia. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and or subscribe if you did. Again, this is a board game made by Ted Alspach. You can buy it on any of the board game sites if it's a game that you like. And there's also some really great resources for it on Board Game Geek if you want to read more. I'll see you guys next time with some more videos. Take care.